Well, hello everyone, and welcome back to our monthly video series where we talk about Rotary International's theme of the month. December is Disease Prevention and Treatment Month. How timely we are facing more restrictions than ever to combat the rise of positive cases of COVID-19. The pandemic is reaching us in every area of our lives, and as Rotarians, I'd like to know, what are we doing to help those who are most critically affected by the pandemic? With me today is Marlene Doherty, who along with her club members in Calgary West are working to help supply local Calgarians with food hampers. Marlene, can you share with me how this came to be?
Sure. During your DG visit to our club, Mary, you talked about how Rotary responds and the need for collaboration and partnerships. And this is an excellent example of both. Our food security service started 3 years ago. And I'll flip back and forth wearing my Calgary West Rotary hat and my Grace Church hat.
So how did your club meet this need, Marlene?
In the Calgary Beltline area, there's a high needs school, and their parent council rep contacted me and asked if the church could sponsor Christmas hampers for vulnerable families. The oil company who typically sponsored this program could not continue. I approached the church for some food gift cards, but switching to my Rotary hat, reached out to our local community service committee for a grant to provide hampers for these families.
So Marlene, how exactly does your club meet this need?
Calgary West has supported Connaught with approximately $1,000 to purchase diapers. Many families have to make the difficult decision to spend their limited income on food or diapers. Our Calgary West Summer Cherry fundraiser raised $4,000 for ICAN for Kids. When matched by Sobeys, that was an $8,000 donation. We had approached ICAN for Kids in the fall. They provide food packs to kids over the summer when they don't have access to school lunch programs. We knew there would be a need at Connaught over the summer, and they agreed to support the school beginning in July. Then COVID hit, and ICAN for Kids stepped in and provided gift cards on a weekly basis. In June, when school was closed for the summer, we made the transition of gift card distribution to Grace Church. The church is a block and a half away from the school. Every second week, 32 to 36 families would receive gift cards. However, the need was greater. So we partnered with InStep, whose CEO, Deb Heimers, is a Rotarian, and she secured funding for an 8-week lunch program. Every Thursday, we would distribute healthy grocery bags of food with a recipe and math and literacy activities for the children for 23 families, equaling 96 hungry mouths. I want to give a shout out to the school principal, Nicole, and the ed assistant, Delia. They were there every Thursday throughout the summer welcoming the families.
So that was great for the summer months, but now that we're into the fall, how did it work going forward?
Well, you're right, Mary. As summer drew to the end, the food security issue was not going away. In fact, it was growing. Pre-COVID, Calgary West was very, very engaged at the Calgary Food Bank. Then with the COVID restrictions, the vulnerable age limited a number of Rotarians who could volunteer from our club. Because of the location of the church in the Beltline area and the success of the summer food program, we reached out to the Calgary Food Bank and were approved to be a satellite food bank. Every Thursday, we provide hampers to individuals and families in the Beltline, and we have a regular volunteer base from Calgary West. Satellite food depots don't have an age restriction, so it's a win-win.
Wow, sounds amazing. So Marlene, what would you give as advice to other Rotary clubs that are eager to find out local community need?
I think we have to reimagine. We have to look at what we can do versus what we can't do. Look at the immediate needs in your community and find ways for Rotarians to continue to provide service to their community.
Thanks so much, Marlene. I really hope that you will consider this advice and take action to improve the local lives of others in your community. Service above self while protected with PPE is taking being a Rotarian to a whole nother level. Hats off to the Rotarians in Calgary West who are providing food to those who are most vulnerable during this very difficult time. If your club is still struggling to make local impact, here's an idea. Consider helping through ShelterBox Canada. ShelterBox has partnered with Rotary to provide disaster relief through providing shelter to those who have lost everything due to natural disaster or conflict. ShelterBox was created in 2000 and since then has helped thousands of people around the world in their darkest and most desperate moments. ShelterBox provides hands-on service through shelter. By sending funds, we change lives, restore dignity, and provide the help that is so desperately needed. What does your international committee have in their budget this Rotary year? What about other budgets in other areas of service? Is this a time to come together as a club and help others who desperately need it now? As a matter of fact, our district board will be meeting shortly, and we'll be discussing ways to match funds and to help through ShelterBox. Watch for an email from me on our upcoming plan. Thanks so much for what you do as Rotarians, for making impact, changing lives for the better, and service above self. So stay safe, stay in touch, and all the best.